Children, let me know one thing. Where do we live? Yes, we live in our houses. Now tell me, with whom do we live in our houses? Yes, we live with our grandparents, parents, brothers, and sisters. Now just imagine on a rainy night you are alone in the house and suddenly the electricity goes off. You are frightened. You went to the storeroom and light up a candle. Then you see an unknown footprint on the floor. How do you feel at that time? You feel scared, afraid, and frightened. Isn't it, children? In the same way, I am going to tell you a story where Robinson Crusoe felt scared, frightened, and afraid on seeing an unknown footprint. So let's begin a chapter from the NCERT Book of English, Class 5, Marigold. Robinson Crusoe discovers a footprint. This chapter is adapted from Daniel Defoe's famous novel Robinson Crusoe, which was published in 1719. Now let's have some more information about Daniel Defoe. Daniel Defoe, born Daniel Foe, was an English trader, writer, journalist, pamphleteer, and spy. His famous works were Robinson Crusoe, Atlantis Measure, Moll Flanders, and a tour through the whole island of Great Britain. Children, pamphleteer means one who writes pamphlets. Tell me, children, what was Daniel Defoe's most famous novel? Yes, it was Robinson Crusoe. And now tell me, when was it published? Yes, it was published in 1719. So, children, are you all ready to know more about the story? Robinson Crusoe's ship had been destroyed by the sea. He had been alone for many years and wanted a company. Children, the synonym of destroy are wreck and damage. Now, children, tell me, did he live alone or with his family? Yes, he lived alone on the island. One day, when Robinson Crusoe was going towards his boat, he was surprised to see the footprint of a man on the sand. He stood amazed. The synonyms for amazed are shocked and surprised. Remember, children, how did you feel when you saw the footprint in that dark, scary night? You felt shocked, surprised, and frightened as Robinson Crusoe. Children, now let me ask you a question. What did Robinson Crusoe see on the sand? Yes, it was a footprint of a man on the sand. He could clearly see that it was a footprint of a man because it had toes, heel, and every part of a foot. Looking at the footprint, he was in a dilemma, which means he was confused about the existence of the footprint. He listened and looked around but could not hear or see anything. He went up and down the shore to see if there were any more footprints. He thought, is it his imagination? He stayed there for a long time thinking, but became more and more confused and decided to return home. Now, children, tell me, how many footprints did he see? Was it one, two, three, or four? Yes, it was just one footprint. Children, tell me, what is the meaning of shore? Shore means the land at the edge of the river, sea, or a lake. Now tell me, Shore is which part of the speech? Is it a noun, verb, or an adjective? Yes, it is a noun. Now let's continue the story. Robinson was so frightened that he looked behind every 2 to 3 steps, thinking every bush or tree to be a man. Children, frightened means afraid, fearful, and scared. Like some of us, how do we feel when we see a cockroach? We feel frightened. Now Robinson is so frightened and ran so fast that he does not even know whether he used a ladder or went in by the hole in the rock, which was his door. Children, tell me the word ran is which part of the speech? Yes, it is a verb because action is going on. It is an action word. Now Robinson is in utmost tension. He had sleepless nights. He became more and more scared, thinking about the existence of the footprint. Children, the synonym of sleepless are restless and disturbed. Now, children, tell me in this slide where is an adjective? Yes, sleepless is an adjective. Scared is also an adjective. He was restless and disturbed so much that he had numerous thoughts flashing in his mind. He thought that it could be one of the savages of the mainland who had wandered out to the sea in a small boat. Children, have you ever read somewhere about wild people in ancient time who used to live in jungles? Yes, they are known as savages. And mainland means large continuous extent of land, basically continents. And wandered means to go from place to place without a definite route. Like sometimes we roam here and there without any purpose, that is wandered. I hope, children, you have understood the meaning of these three words. Now he thought that he was very lucky that he was not on the shore at that time. Suddenly he realized that what if savages would have seen his boat? He also thought that the savages would soon come with others to kill and eat him if they have seen his boat. But as the days passed, he was much comforted and began going out to investigate. He went for about 2 to 3 days and saw nothing. Then he became a little bolder. He felt that no such savage exists. Children, bolder means more confident. Children, tell me the word and belongs to which part of the speech? Let me tell you, it is a conjunction. Conjunctions are the words which joins two or more sentences. Examples are because, so, and, but, yet, and many more. He decided to go to the shore again and examine the footprint. He compared with his own footprint. While comparing, he observed that it could not be his footprint because he has not come to this part of the beach since a long time, and also the footprint seemed larger than his own footprint. Then whose footprint is this? Upon investigation, his fear returns and he believed that the island was inhabited. That is, someone else also lived on the island. Children, inhabited means lived, dwelled, and occupied. Now, that's the end of the story. Tell me one question. Was the footprint larger or smaller than Robinson's footprint? It was larger than Robinson's footprints. Thank you, students. With this, I believe you have understood how Robinson came across with confusion, curiosity, and fear.